She laughed when she said it, a small, careless laugh. Relax, he's just a loser. The word landed in the middle of the dining table, between the roast chicken and the good plates I paid for. My sister didn't even look at me when she said it. She was scrolling on her phone, nails done with money she never earned, rent paid by someone she never thanked. I smiled. Not because it didn't hurt, because that was the moment everything stopped. I raised her, not biologically, but financially, emotionally, structurally. While she studied full-time, I worked 2 jobs. Morning shifts that smelled like disinfectant, night shifts that tasted like burnt coffee. I paid her tuition before I paid my own bills, her rent before my sleep, her lifestyle before my dignity. I told myself it was temporary. I told myself she'd remember. I told myself love was an investment. That was my first mistake. At family dinners, they praised her ambition, her grades, her potential. I was the quiet one, the one who always said, "I'm fine," the one who transferred money during dessert and cleaned plates afterward. I became invisible the moment my usefulness became predictable. Betrayal doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it wears lipstick and calls you a loser in front of people who already forgot your sacrifices. I didn't confront her that night. I washed my hands, dried them slowly, watched my reflection in the kitchen window. Something inside me clicked. Not rage, clarity. The next morning, I checked my bank statements, then my contracts, then the lease agreement I'd signed as guarantor, not tenant. Her rent wasn't generosity, it was leverage. I started listening instead of explaining. I noticed the new bag before her paycheck would allow it. The weekend trips. The way she spoke about money like gravity didn't apply to her. I overheard her on a call once, bragging about how I'd never stop helping. That's when pain became planning. I didn't stop paying immediately. That would have been emotional, sloppy. Instead, I prepared. I met with a lawyer during my lunch break. Quiet office, neutral walls. I brought receipts, years of them, tuition transfers, rent deposits, utilities, emergency funds, all marked voluntary support with conditions. Conditions she never read. I amended the support agreement. Legal, clean, cold, 30 days notice, no drama. Then I told my parents, calmly, with spreadsheets, with dates, with totals that made the room go quiet. I didn't accuse, I itemized. By the time my sister sensed something was off, everything was already in motion. The execution was simple. That's the beauty of it. I canceled the automatic transfers on a Tuesday, sent a single message. Per our agreement, financial support ends this month. You'll need to take over rent and expenses going forward. No explanation, no apology. She called within minutes, then texted, then showed up at my door, mascara perfect, panic poorly concealed. She said it was a misunderstanding, that she didn't mean it, that family doesn't keep score. I let her talk. Then I invited everyone to dinner. Same table, same plates, same roast chicken, different atmosphere. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't insult her. I simply explained, out loud to everyone, why her rent would no longer be paid. I recited numbers like scripture, years, amounts, sacrifices. I repeated her words back to her, slowly. He's just a loser. Silence does more damage than shouting. My parents stared at her like they were seeing a stranger. She laughed again, too loud this time, defensive, cracking. She tried to spin it, said I was being dramatic, controlling, petty. That's when I slid the folder across the table. Receipts don't argue. The fallout was immediate. Her landlord didn't care about her excuses. Neither did the bank. Her lifestyle collapsed under the weight of reality she'd never budgeted for. She moved out within weeks, sold things she once flaunted, took a job she said was beneath her. She stopped calling me. People asked if I felt guilty. I didn't. Because revenge wasn't the goal. Balance was. Now, when I think back to that night, the laugh, the word, I feel something close to peace. I didn't scream. I didn't beg for respect. I didn't burn bridges. I simply stopped carrying someone who mistook my silence for weakness. I learned something valuable. Love without boundaries is just slow self-destruction. She called me a loser at a dinner I paid for. I taught her what it costs to be ungrateful, and I slept better the moment I let her fall under her own weight.